I like the fact that his mom and dad basically, they probably guided him, but they say, son, what do you want to do? I mean, you can go to Ohio State. Probably, Skip, if Coach K was still at Duke, he probably would have ended up at Duke because we know how LeBron feels about Coach K.
Yeah.
But USC is close to home. It's right here in his backyard. He could always come home, get mom to do, somebody to do the laundry for him, come home, get a good, nice meal.
He can.
But he gets an opportunity to have the college experience because I know he's going to live. He ain't living at home with his mom. Yeah. Plus, Brentwood is too far to track through that traffic, Skip, every single day. But I think he made the best decision for him. And when you look at it, Skip, the number one point guard, Isaiah Collier's going there.
Yep.
Page from Wheeler. Yep. That's where Jaylen Brown went to Wheeler out of Marietta. Yep. The number one power forward, he's there. So this tops off the number one recruiting class for USC. So look, he has better information. He's probably visited a few schools. I don't know how many schools that he visited, but I think he feels very, very comfortable with his decision. And his mom and dad says, okay, son, this is your decision. You worked your tail off extremely hard. Yep. I think you went from like the 53rd, 54th ranked player all the way up to number 19. You've earned the right to pick and choose where you want to go to school.
Yep.
You know, hey, we love you, and whatever decision you decide, we're going to rock with it.
He made the right one. I told you from moment one that we discussed this. This made all the sense in the world. Unless he wanted to do G League Ignite or go to New Zealand or Australia or something. But this works because obviously Dad wants to watch him play as much as possible in person.
Yes.
Their arena is 10 minutes from Dad's arena. Seriously, it's like 10 minutes away. It's on the edge of downtown Los Angeles, okay? What's not to love about that? And once they got Isaiah Collier and they got two returning their stars, this team is now loaded. And it has national championship potential now that Bronny's part of it. So why would he? I know LeBron loves Ohio State because he grew up, obviously, in Akron, loving Ohio State in both football and basketball. But why would Bronny want to go play in the cold weather for a year when you can stay in Los Angeles where your dad can actually drive 5 minutes to see you? I don't know how their schedule works, but I'm sure there'll be some nights that he'll be able to see his son. It'll just work. It's perfect. It's beautiful. So the other thing that just stuns me is a year ago, I wasn't sure he was a top college prospect because nobody rated him very high. And this year, he averaged 14 points a game. He didn't put up lottery pick kind of high school numbers, and now he's being projected as a lottery pick.
Well, being a lottery pick, Skip, he didn't put up number one draft pick type numbers. You don't look at him and say, okay, that's a Brandon Ingram or a Zion Williams or one of those guys, Skip. But you look at an anonymous scout from The Athletic says he's gotten better, and I give him credit for that. Because not only has he gotten better, he's gotten better in what I would view as very trying circumstances. You can imagine all the pressures on him, and Bronny has dealt with that. Skip, I get people say, well, it can't be that hard. Look who his dad is and all the resources that he has.
Yep.
But that's still his dad.
That's his dad.
That's the shadow.
I mean,
can you imagine that shadow?
He's got his name, his namesake.
Man, please. Like I said, and it's not so. It's like Griffey Jr.'s son. It's like Barry Bonds' son, Magic Johnson kid, Michael Jordan's kid. When you play a sport that your dad played.
Yeah, that's true. If you were a baseball player or a football player, it would be different.
Yes. I mean, like Klay Thompson's, he has a brother that plays for the Dodgers. Michael Thompson was the basketball player, no one over our draft pick. So Klay, like, bro, you choosing the sport your dad played? You ain't want to play soccer? You ain't play football, baseball? Nah. LeBron James, Skip, and think about it. Michael had already retired long time before Klay. Skip, LeBron James. He's a household name, and he got a namesake.
He does.
That's about to bark on the same path.
Yep.
I can just imagine all the resources in the world can't block social media, can't stop you from hearing and seeing what they're saying.
I've told you, this young man is as comfortable in his own skin as any namesake I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And he grew to 6'3" so far, and they're hoping maybe he could edge up a little bit to 6'4" by the time next year's lottery comes around.
Right.
And yet he doesn't do what his dad does. He's not a great passer. He's a good passer.
Right.
but he plays more off the ball as a catch and shoot three-point shooter. And what they love about him the most is his defense. That he is the ultimate 3-and-D because he's as good a perimeter defender as is in this class.
Right.
Okay, so he's doing it a different way than his dad did.
Correct.
And I don't know, his dad's not going to exert pressure, but I'm sure his dad would have liked it if he'd gone to Ohio State because that's where his roots are.
Yeah, but that's so far from home. And his dad's never going to get it. Dad and mom not going to really get a chance to see him play.
Heck
I mean, his mom, really, if they wanted to, they could really see him on a nightly, every home game, you know what I'm saying? Or if they play UCLA, something like that, Skip, they can, get in the car and go see him. But Ohio State, that's really cross country.
So he didn't try to please his dad completely by saying, I'll go to the school that LeBron went to, Ohio State. He just grew up loving it. He loves their football, obviously. So he said, no, I'm going to sort of
guess what LeBron's new favorite college is? USC.
I'd say. Okay, and I did love what LeBron said the other night because he said, just because it's my aspiration to play with him, he says, doesn't mean it's his.
Right.
Well, it's not. And that's the perfect parental view of this. LeBron is living for playing with Bronny.
Yeah.
Maybe Bronny doesn't want to play with his dad. Maybe he wants to blaze his own trail.
It wasn't my dad, but people used to ask us all the time, do you want to play with your brother? No.
Okay.
I'm a wide receiver. I'm a tight end. He's a wide receiver. He want the ball. I want the ball. No, I don't want to play with him.
Good point.
He do his thing because all you're going to do is talk about, oh, your brother had this. Or, well, you saw your little brother. He outdid you today. We're not in competition with each other.
Okay.
He doing his thing in Green Bay. I'm doing my thing in Denver. We don't need to play together. We played together enough when we were growing up. We were never on this, really 1 year in high school football.
Yeah.
I was his backup. But no.
And you were, what's your age?
We 3 years. He was a senior. I was a freshman.
Okay, wow.
But, and like he said, man, I really would like to play with Bronny. Bronny, like, I don't want that. That's what you want.
I think that's what's happening. So, speaking of Duke, remember the incoming Duke new point guard played Bronny 4 times this year and beat him all 4 times.
Yes.
Then Bronny goes to the McDonald's game with his family in the front row, including obviously his father, and he just lights it up.
Yes.
So that showed me big stage, big moments.
The bigger the moment, the bigger he plays.
Here I go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't watch any of the 4 games he lost to the Duke's new point guard, right?
They got a good team. I think Master P. Sons played for that school. I think he got another year.
Yeah.
I think he's committed to University of Houston.
Yep.
But they got a good. I think it's Notre Dame. Is that the name of the school?
Yes.
They got a good. They got a good
like
squad.
Sherman Oaks, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it. But congratulations to him. And it sounds like he's following the beat of his own drummer at this point. Yeah. Right?
Hey, he got almost $6-7 million NIL deal. I don't need your stinking money, Dad.
Yeah.
I got my own.
Hey, they're going to be must-see TV because I think they're going to be really good and really fun to watch.
How many games you think get broadcast? And we don't normally see USC basketball games broadcast. I guarantee you'll see some this year.
Well, I know who I'll be watching is USC. I'll watch every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.